Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. My name is Brandon, I'm an acting and performance coach, and today is another day during this holiday season when we're going to jump into some holiday music, Christmas music. This time we're looking at Oh Holy Night by VoicePlay featuring Rachel Potter. Never heard of them, don't know who they are, either one, but I was recommended this by some people on some of the recent Pentatonix holiday music that I put up. So I thought I would give it a shot, take a look at it. Why not? What better time of the year to introduce a new group or singer onto the channel than the holiday season. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Check the description for social media links and things like that, different ways to support the channel. I am doing a new thing recently. I've got a link down there. I'm trying it. It's kind of an experiment where you can donate $1, specifically $1. And it's just a theory of mine. There are so many of us that gather here to watch these music videos and these performances together. There's so much stuff that people want to get access to, but that I've had to put behind paywalls on YouTube memberships or Patreon, where they're behind paywalls of $6, $10, or even more. And it's a necessary part of the business, right? Because at the end of the day, this is a lot of time and energy and work and effort that I'm putting into these. I love doing it for you guys, but at the same time, I got to eat and I got my family I got to take care of. So I got to try to find some way to monetize this time. So I just had this idea, because I don't like keeping that stuff from you any more than you like not being able to get to it. And not everybody can afford $10 a month. Not everybody can afford $15 or $20 a month, but almost everybody, most people can afford $1 a month. So my theory is this: if I can get 20% or so of the people who view this channel every month to donate $1 a month, if that can happen, if the numbers can get there, I will get rid of all paywalls. Any reaction to a musical performance that I have will come directly to YouTube public and live for all of you to enjoy. It sounds like a good plan to me. It sounds like it could work to me. So we'll see if we can get there. Already several of you have opted to do that. I'm keeping track. I'm watching the numbers. And if we can get there, if we can get to a place where I can sustainably do this and still be able to take care of myself and my family, then boom, everything's for everybody. No more paywalls, no more monthly subscriptions for you, just music reactions, commentary for everybody out there. I'm ready to jump into this. People have been raving about this group, VoicePlay. I don't know if they're a cappella group like Pentatonix is or not. Again, I have no idea. Rachel Potter, no idea at all. So let's just jump into it and see what we see. Love this song, by the way. I like the little
Holy night, the stars are brightly shining.
Oh no, he caught me off guard. It just kind of jumped in. There was nothing leading up. So just give me a second.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth.
Beautiful.
Long lay the world in sin and never pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth.
Oh, lovely agility.
A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Oh.
Nope. I just need a second. I just need to pause. I'm trying to process everything that's happening, and it's impossible. It's impossible. There's so much happening. Is this Rachel Potter that we were looking at? Is that who's singing now? I've never been much of a purveyor of a cappella groups, but Pentatonix and now this group, I'm thinking maybe I've made a mistake. The levels of arrangement and organization that's happening with their voices is so complex, and yet it feels so natural. And I could say the same thing about Pentatonix. Their arrangements are layered and intricate, but at the same time they feel as natural as hearing a breeze blow through the trees, during a summer rainfall, right? All those different sounds and textures, they're very complex and interesting and all subtle, and they're all sort of filling out the entire space, but it's all natural. It just happens. And these performances, that's kind of what they remind me of. That's kind of how they feel to me. They're very complex, very full, very rich, but they're doing it in such a way that it just feels like everything is exactly where it's supposed to be, as though it's all in balance. Okay, Now I've rambled long enough so that the chills have subsided just a little bit, which was kind of my goal. I'm going to go back just a hair.
Rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Oh, fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night.
I can say this: the tone of the performance overall, not anybody individually, is fairly different than Pentatonix. These guys seem to be favoring, I don't know if it's just this song or if this is a style that they sort of adopt for most of their performances or all of them, but they seem to be focusing more, their focus seems to be more on the brighter side of the spectrum of sounds that they're creating for us. Whereas in Pentatonix, whenever we come into these moments in these songs where they're kind of climactic or everything kind of builds, we get a lot of resonance, a lot of sounds filling out the lower end of the scale. So you get a lot more full and sort of deep and not necessarily darker, but sometimes it can be sound, or at least from what I've heard of Pentatonix now, no matter what the song. And we may find that later on in this performance, but right now I'm getting a lot more sound spread out toward the higher end of the spectrum. We're getting a lot more color and texture in the mid ranges and just above, as it heads up toward the higher end. Again, it may be a product of this particular performance, this particular song. It may be because of the guest singer. Maybe that's part of the arrangement choices, or it could just be a sound that they use regularly. Whatever the case, it is a difference that I'm hearing between this and what I've heard from Pentatonix. It's not a bad difference at all. I love being able to find something that distinguishes them. Actually, I think that's a really beautiful thing, because I got to be honest, coming into it hearing another a cappella group, again, I'm not very well versed with a cappella groups, and I didn't know what to expect. Like, do they all sound similar? Are they all going to have very similar tones and textures? Are they going to use similar techniques, styles, sort of formulas? I didn't know. I really didn't. But I'm glad that I'm really being able to pick out differences. And if you put a Pentatonix performance and a VoicePlay performance next to each other at the moment, I think I would be able to tell the difference. So I think that's a very positive thing. And I just kind of wanted to point that out. Also, again, maybe stalling just a little bit because I was about to faint. All the little love that.
Truly, he taught us to love one another.
Beautiful.
His law is love, and his gospel is peace.
Sorry, that I hate it when that happens, that little break. I guess it's something to do with the internet, something, I don't know. I hate that. I got to go back. But again, it's a lot brighter than what I'm used to hearing from Pentatonix.
And his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is a brother.
No, we're going to hear that again.
Chains shall he break, for the slave is a brother.
Nice.
And in his name all oppression shall cease. Oh,
Sweet hymns of joy and grateful chorus raise. We let all within us praise His holy name.
all that percussion, the beatboxing that's happening. It's tickling. It's tickling me. I'm loving it.
Glorious race, feel it all within us. Praise His holy name. Christ is the Lord. His name forever praise we know.
Oh, whoa. I don't think so. You can't do that. Okay, so one of the comments I was going to have about this group so far is that I do feel like the harmonies, the arrangement is a little bit more, I don't want to say standard, because honestly I don't know for an a cappella group what the standard is, but it seems way more structured, a little less, I don't know, abstract or something than what I'm used to hearing from Pentatonix. I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you out there, but I was going to say that was in my head, and then this happened, and we're going to go back and hear it again, because whatever they just did, this could be part of what they do, but the sort of, I don't want to say simplicity, but the sort of straightforwardness of the harmonies that have been happening so far really helps to sort of highlight this moment. This moment really stood out, and I'm excited to hear it again. Right there it was. Like, if you just listen, there are even some straight like unisons happening here quite a bit through this build up to that moment, and then that moment comes and it just makes my everything in me kind of, I don't know, freak out a little bit. Like I can't, I'm kind of freaking out. So much unison. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, that was fine. That was an interesting introduction, I think, to this group. I'd love to hear more to see if some of the things that I noticed are a trend in their music or if it's just its performance. But it really was. It was a lot of straight tone, a lot of fairly, I don't want to say they weren't simplistic, but they were predictable, a little more predictable harmonies happening quite a bit, especially in that lead up, a lot of unison in that lead up. And then suddenly they just kind of did things and all the synapses in my brain went like that, and I don't know, that was great. So that was Oh Holy Night by VoicePlay featuring Rachel Potter. Lovely voices, lovely performance, great. The music video was really interesting. The desert was an interesting choice for a holiday song, but it's fairly simple. And like all the voices were beautiful. Obviously, they do a great job. They wouldn't be who they are if they didn't. But I actually really enjoyed it. I'm glad to be looking into another a cappella group finally. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did and you're still watching, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave me a comment, check the description. A bunch of ways to support the channel down there, including that $1 a month page on PayPal, which honestly I think that could be a real solution to the problem of copyright claims, me trying to find a way to make this sustainable, and being able to give you guys on the public YouTube page everything that you want to see. So I hope you will spread the word about that. Several people have already sort of started that trend. Beyond that, I just want to say happy holidays. I wish you the best time with your friends, your families, your loved ones, and whatever you celebrate this holiday season, I wish you the best. Please remember to always be kind to each other, and most importantly, be kind to yourself.